So today is Friday, which means it's therapy day. Today's video is really going to go over like when to not start a new project. And mainly this is more of a reminder for me on when to not start a new project. But these are the factors that I take into consideration when not to start a new project. So that's what today's video is going to be about. But first, I gotta go to therapy and do some other like obligation type things. So before I even get to start the video, first thing is we have to go pick up my birthday cake because today is the day that we're actually celebrating with like friends my birthday. So my wife has something planned for a birthday cake. I think it's nothing but cake, but we'll gotta go pick that up. So now I can actually sit down and chit chat of like when to not start a new project. And sometimes people start new projects all the time. So like there's really not a right time or a wrong time to start a new project. I just want to give like the biggest tip that I have if you're trying to avoid starting a new project, really. And that is to absolutely get the idea out of your head. So for a while, well, not a while, but since Twitter was bought by Elon Musk, I was like, ooh, Mastodon. And I opened up a Mastodon for all iOS devs. iOSdev.space, you can go request an account and I'll probably approve it if you're an iOS developer. On top of that, I've also was like, man, I really want a different like app. Like there's a lot of different iOS apps out there for Mastodon. I was like, but none of them really check all the boxes that I want. And so I started listing off the features that I want in an app instead of building it first, instead of just trying to get like the feed to work, and which is really tempting still now to just like open Xcode, figure out how to get like authorization and stuff like that. But I've actually been able to like subdue that want of starting a new project by literally like creating a new craft document and filling out that craft document instead with features that I want, pricing models, and all that jazz, so that I can like, if I do want to pull this out of my thought graveyard, I totally can. But that info is no longer in my brain, so I don't have to really focus on it anymore. You know, I say that there's no right or wrong time to actually start a new app, but for me personally, there usually is a right or wrong time to start like a new project. Number one is if I literally do not have time. And what I mean by having time is I don't have other obligations that need to happen first. So like freelance client work, like right now probably is not the best time for me to start a new app because, a new project, because I have 2 freelance clients I have to get work done for. I'm trying to do the Vlogmas at the same time. I also like to stream. And like, yes, I could start the new project on the stream, but that's also a lot of work and a lot of like, I'm not really focused on the new project at that point, basically. So for me, when is not the right time to start a new project? It's basically whenever I start feeling too busy and too overwhelmed by other obligations. And overwhelmed might not be the right word, but it is the word I'm going to choose because I'm not quite overwhelmed, but if I were to add in another project, I could definitely see myself being overwhelmed at that point. Just because I have work with iHog that I want to get done. Like I said, I had the clients, social life, family stuff, like that. We all have to pick and choose when we start new projects. And right now just isn't a good time for me to start a new project. But yeah, it's a short one today. Not a lot to like talk about with this. Just wanted to give my number one tip on what I like to do instead of like completely starting a new project, and then a little bit of like insight into how I judge like my time. I guess it's really not really how I judge it, but like that my time is full. Me making a video to say my time is full and I can't start a new project right now, because that's also useful for me. Is if I've committed out loud to say that a project is not going to get done, then that is a-okay by me. And that's really all that I have for this video. So if you want to check me out on Mastodon, like please do. iOSdev.space/HeyJWilson, and I will catch you elsewhere on the internet. Bye, y'all.